Yo, yo, yo. Donkin Dave here. Thanks again, Mr. Super 8, for a stay last night. I got finished with Martha's Vineyard, and there was a huge line of thunderstorms. Looked like they were going to come in and wipe me out. And I decided to forego camping once again and stay in a hotel. And you know what? They had the best rate. I looked on Google Maps. That's how I'm finding the hotels, because they give the prices, and they had the best price out of anything. So I was like, I'm there. So I started talking to Mr. Patel, the owner of the Super 8 motel there, and he's Indian, of course. And he was 75 years old, and he looked like he was like 55 years old. He looked good. I don't know what it is about, Indian folks, but most of them, the guys at least, they can hide their age pretty dang well. But I started talking to him, and of course, he was native Indian from India.
No shit.
And started talking to him, and asked him about his wife, and he's married, and he said he came from an arranged marriage. So his parents and his family set him up with his wife, and of course, his wife's parents had to agree to the marriage as well. And they've been married for 40 years. Who would have thought? But it just goes to show you that our values are different from other people's. I mean, we marry for love, whereas they married for their family, because their family arranged it. And that's very, very different from the traditional United States way of thinking. All right, let's go, buddy. Let's go. And he married at like age 30. So he was very, very enthusiastic about stressing education first before getting married. So he's like, you got to have your stuff in a row. You got to have your shit together before you get married. Make sure you have an income. Make sure you're able to take care of yourself before you get married. And that just makes perfectly good sense. So he's a chemical engineer, and I guess he retired or whatever from that, and now he owns 5 Super 8 motels. Now he's making some money, I'm assuming. But he's happy. He's happy with his wife. He's happy with his kids. I asked him, like, when you married your wife, did you like her? And he's like, oh yeah, my family saw to it. He saw to that was gonna work. And I asked him about the divorce rate among Indian folk, and he's like, it's like 0. When they get married, they stay married, and the family unit there is very, very strong. So people just do not get divorced unless they're really Americanized, I guess, and the husband is like abusing the wife or something like that. Something crazy like that. But that's kind of cool to talk to him, I mean, just different cultures and everything. It's interesting. So the question is, could you do an arranged marriage? If your parents set you up with a chick or a guy, if you're a girl, could you do an arranged marriage? That's an interesting question, isn't it? All right. Later. So I think I figured it out on why I'm having these crazy dreams. It's because when I'm at home, I fall asleep on the sofa with the TV on, and that's a bad habit. I realize that. I've been doing it for like 20 years, and ever since I became single. And it's just one of those things. I'm just too damn lazy to get up and go to bed. And with the TV on, my subconscious is still listening to the TV, so it doesn't dream. And now that I'm on this trip, I'm not watching any TV, I'm not falling asleep with the TV on or anything like that, and my subconscious now has to make up the lack of that TV, that stimulus that I would usually have. So I'm dreaming some crazy dreams, and I dreamed another crazy dream last night. I dreamed that that one of my friends at elementary school, a guy that I haven't seen since like 4th grade, Michael Kolb. Michael Kolb, you're a friend of mine on Facebook, and I don't know why I dreamed about it, but you went to war and you got killed. And I hope you're all right, brother. But it's just a crazy ass dream. And so after that, I was with my son, and apparently he and I were like near the same age. Go figure. And my grandmother was still alive, and I don't know, somehow we met this chick that had a beret hat on, and she had dark hair, but it was colored blue on the ends. Go figure. And then oh, watch it truck, watch it truck, watch it truck, don't hit me bro, don't hit me bro. And so we were talking to her, and she said that she had a friend who's like a friend with benefits. She had a boyfriend, but who's like more like a friend with benefits. And I looked at my son, and I was like, watch this. And I started making my moves on her and everything. And sure enough, man, she left with me, and somehow we had to go to school. And my grandmother was going to drive us or something like that, but we dumped her, and this girl and I, we went somewhere and started making out. And I just can't figure out why for the life of me I'd be dreaming of shit like this, but it's just funny. I mean, I wake up and I'm like, what the hell was that all about? That crazy dream. So man, the boats here are just so cool, man. If you guys don't know me, I also have a boat, and I love to fish. I mean, I love to fish. And seeing the boats here, the fishing boats here, it's almost giving me like an erection.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
It's just so cool to see these boats and everything. But yeah, let's just move on to another subject as far as my crazy dreams. But I'll describe some of my dreams as time goes on again. But that was a really weird dream that I had. You know, my grandma and my son and you making out and all that. That was kind of fun. All right.
1 hour later.
All right. Donk and I are at the northeastern tip of goddamn, where am I? At Cape Cod. And this couple here walked up to me, and I thought my eyes were freaking out on me, and they said, was that a seal? And there is a seal. There's a couple of them right out there, and I thought they were driftwood or something, because they were kind of like just laying there. And then you look out there, and then he pokes his head up, and then he goes down. So hopefully there's going to be a seal out there that's going to show up. But that was freaking cool. I was like, what is that? What is that? What is that? And then it was gone. And it was a seal. And there were a couple of them here just a second ago. And oh, there's one right there. It's right there, right there. He's looking around. And then he's gone. But I'm at the very northern tip of Cape Cod. I can't go any further on the motorcycle in Cape Cod. There's just no way. But that's a seal right there. He's just sitting there looking around, checking shit out. That is freaking cool. And it's just beautiful here. I mean, Cape Cod is freaking crowded. I mean, the tip here, is Provincetown. and it's freaking crowded, and they're gonna charge me up the butt for parking. Ugh, I hate paying for parking. That's the worst. But there's a seal right out there. He's just cruising around. That is freaking cool. Cool.
20 minutes later.
Alright, we're on a boat and we're going to be doing some whale watching. Donk goes whale watching. Hi, everybody going to be on YouTube? Wave! Be on YouTube! So this is our crew, this is our boat, and we're going to head out about 3 hours into the ocean to see some whales. And it's a 3-hour tour. Gilligan's Island was also a 3-hour tour, so I think we might be in trouble. But this is our boat, and these are our people. I'm gonna make friends with everybody here, and they'll be on YouTube, so they've already waved and everything. But I'll explain what's going on now later. But we're in the port, and we're gonna take off here in just a few minutes. So that's it. Dogger Dave out. All right, we're about to go.
Ready on the spring?
Captain's gonna ring the horn, apparently. And so there we go, and we're off.
And your spring line is clear.
So we're out here off the coast, and there's whales out here. There's fin whales, and it's funny.
There we go. Looks like our fin was back up at the surface, back at our 3 o'clock.
It's funny because you got to be so on your game to see them, because they're so far off, and everybody, there's one way out there, way out there, and it just surfaced, and you just got to be on your game to see where they are, because they surface for just so few seconds and then they're gone. So everybody's like on a mad dash here, and then a mad dash here, and then a mad dash here, and then a mad dash there, and it's funny to watch. But we're having a great time. People here are great, and the tour here is pretty good too. Here it just surfaced right over there.
You can see that whale moved quite the distance beneath the surface. These fin whales are definitely very fast animals.
Yeah, so we're just having a good time watching the whales and everything. So this is cool. This is fun.
Directions a little bit. And when I went down on this last dive, I was kind of heading slow down beforehand.
All right, so we've been whale watching, and I got some really good video footage. It's on my Facebook channel, and I might be able to transpose that over here to this video, but we had a really good time, and the last whale that we saw, I got some really good pictures of and really good video of, and the people here were cool, and just had a really good time. So if you ever get a chance to come up here to the Cape and do some whale watching, do it. It's worth it. I mean, it's $45 to do it, but it was good. Everybody here is having a good time. They're looking at their pictures now to see what all they got. So it's kind of funny. But everybody was like going from one side to another side to another side to another side when a whale would show up. It's kind of funny. Okay, so we'll see what else we can get into later. Well, we're coming into port now, and we had a pretty good time seeing the whales, and met a really interesting guy from New Zealand. He and his wife are in an RV, and they've been traveling the United States for about a year and a half. He's a pretty interesting dude, and he was a asphalt paver, and he's basically selling his company to his nephew to run it, or he's hired his nephew to run it for him, and he's slowly selling it to his nephew. But pretty interesting guy, and we're just kind of coming into port, and as you can see, it's really cleared off a lot. It was cold and nasty, and it's still cold, but it's not quite as nasty as it was. So had a great time, and that might do it for today. This has been a good day to get here and see some whales. Got some good footage. Hopefully I can put that in. And we'll talk to you later. Donk and Dave out.